Welcome back to Legends on Wheels, the place where we uncover the hidden stories behind the cars that shaped power, respect, and fear. Today, we're stepping away from American streets and German autobahns to look at a machine that ruled the darker corners of Britain, the 1989 Jaguar XJ40, the British mob boss's statement. Picture this: London, late 1980s. The streets are full of gritty clubs, smoky pubs, and a growing underworld. When a Jaguar XJ40 pulled up outside, everyone knew someone important had arrived. Sleek, elegant, and unmistakably British, the XJ40 wasn't just transport, it was reputation on wheels. The Jaguar XJ40 had big shoes to fill. It replaced the long-running Jaguar XJ Series the 3, and when it debuted in 1986, it brought a fresh, modern design. By 1989, it had cemented itself as one of the most refined luxury sedans in Europe. It had sharp lines, a wide stance, and that signature Jaguar grille, a perfect mix of sophistication and menace. Unlike the flashy Cadillacs or the big American cruisers, the XJ40 was subtle. It didn't shout, it whispered, and sometimes that's more dangerous. Under the hood, the 1989 XJ40 offered smooth six-cylinder engines with enough power to move quickly when it needed to. But more than speed, it was about presence. British crime bosses, gangland figures, and shadowy businessmen loved it because it carried an air of class. It said, "I'm successful, I'm untouchable, and I don't need to prove it with chrome and fins." Inside, the car was pure luxury: leather seats, wood trim, and that old-school British craftsmanship that made you feel like you were in a private club on wheels. Imagine sitting in the back seat, city lights reflecting off the polished wood, while deals were made or silence was kept. It was a perfect setting for the underworld: private, comfortable, and undeniably powerful. The XJ40 also became a favorite for more than just mobsters. Politicians, businessmen, and even the police used them. But in the criminal world, its reputation stuck. In the UK, gangsters who didn't want to draw too much attention but still demanded respect found the Jaguar ideal. It was classy enough for high society, but tough enough to roll through the rough neighborhoods without looking out of place. What made it different from, say, a Mercedes or BMW of the time? Simplicity. The XJ40 was uniquely British, a little mysterious, a little unpredictable, and full of character. Where German cars felt clinical, the Jaguar felt alive. It had that aura that you couldn't quite define, but everyone could feel. And for a mob boss, that kind of presence was priceless. Of course, the XJ40 wasn't perfect. It had its quirks, some reliability issues, and maintenance costs that could make owners sweat. But for those who could afford it, especially gangsters who weren't exactly worried about service bills, it was worth every penny. Because on the streets, appearances mattered more than mechanics. Even in films and TV, the Jaguar became a symbol of British crime. From gritty dramas to gangster flicks, it often showed up as the ride of the boss, the enforcer, or the mysterious figure pulling the strings. Just like the Cadillac Fleetwood was tied to American mobsters, the Jaguar XJ40 became part of Britain's underworld image. So why does the 1989 Jaguar XJ40 matter? Because it showed that gangster cars didn't always need to be massive or overpowered. Sometimes, the most intimidating car is the one that blends style with silence. A car that can glide through London streets without turning every head, but still makes the right people step aside when it pulls up. If you enjoyed this look at the Jaguar XJ40, drop a comment. Would you choose this over a German Mercedes or BMW if you were running things in the 80s? Hit that like button if you love gangster car history, and don't forget to subscribe to Legends on Wheels so you never miss the next story. The 1989 Jaguar XJ40 wasn't just a luxury sedan, it was a statement. The statement of British mob bosses who wanted elegance, authority, and just enough menace to remind everyone who was really in charge. Subscribe to Legends on Wheels and Canned, where every ride has a story, and every story leaves its mark.